How's it going, folks? Pre-intro Jack here, and you know what that means. It's a double upload day, everyone. Yes, 2 episodes of Park to Prem coming your way. Today we are starting off with a triple header. When this video hits 2,000 likes, that next episode will go live. If we don't hit that many likes, which we will hit it, I have faith in you. Go out there and make the difference. Oh, God, football manager team talks are taking over my life. But no, we're going to hit it, so I'm not worried about it. If we don't, it will just come out later today. So yeah, get comfy, enjoy this. A triple header this episode. 3 matches. We're in uncharted territory. Just one other thing while I remember. 1 week left to pick up your Park to Prem t-shirt. You can find a link to the merch store down in the description. Anyway, that is all from me. Enjoy this episode. Enjoy the one later today. I'll catch you again soon. It's me, Jack, and well, run the intro. What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 112 of Park to Prem here with Town Town. Today we are back, folks, and well, it's something special. It's not a single match episode. It's not a double match episode. That's right. We're going for the triple header. Now, I am going to cut out the bits in between because otherwise we would be here for the entire month. But yes, 3 matches coming your way today. Away from home against Liverpool, at home against Newcastle, away from home against Manchester United. Of course, last time you were here, the transfer window was open. It is now closed. It is, yeah, we're in February. I was doubting myself for a second. We did make one signing, though, and it was this guy, Temur Davronov. Now, you might be like, why have you signed this guy? He's a really good Uzbekistan regen, and I've never had an Uzbekistan regen before, so I got one. That's the reason. I mean, we signed him for £400. He could end up being incredible. He's got 10 caps for the national team. He's playing on loan at MK Dons in the Championship and making the odd appearance here and there. One for the future, maybe. Probably not. Anyway, as you can tell from that means we didn't sign anyone else in the transfer window. I just kind of sat with my hands in my pockets. We're sat now with £95 million in the bank. I did have a look at bringing in this guy, Madrigal, and I could still bring him in. I just don't know if he's that good. The wages that I've had to offer him are quite crazy. And of course, if you stuck around to the end of the episode a couple of episodes ago, you will remember Pizarro, who I did try and loan out. And nobody blooming wanted him. So he sat without a work permit on £62,000 a week. I'm going to go have a lay down after this episode. It hurts to say. It physically pains me. And then I look at the little beard he's got going on and it cheers me up slightly. I mean, he looks incredible, but he needs a blooming work permit, and he can't get one for at least another 2.5 months. Please. It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting. Anyway, since you were last here, we have played 2 matches, and we've kept 2 clean sheets. Can we just acknowledge how good we are defensively right now? Oh, my word. The clean sheets are racking up, folks. I mean, you can see here, just in the last 2 months, we have kept 7 clean sheets in the league. No, 8 clean sheets in the league. That's insane. I'm not used to this. Anyway, since you were last here, the 2 games that we've played, we beat West Brom 2-0. Turnbull with the first in this game. A nice little tidy finish, smashing it into the near post. And well, just another 13 minutes later, we grabbed a second. And 2-0 was how it finished. This time, Turnbull with an effort, parried into the path of Shvetsov, and he scored. And then we went away from home to Villa, who we beat 1-0 via a corner last time we met them. History repeated itself, this time in the 93rd minute. Volta just lurking at the back post. Charlie Brown on off the bench to do his little heading thing that he always seems to do for us. And yeah, in the end, we ended up winning that game. What a result that is. Charlie Brown he's like a little secret weapon we bring on. You know, if the game we need a goal in, we just bring him on, we plonk him at the near post on a corner, and he just makes stuff happen. He's been an incredible impact sub for us this year, and he really relishes the role, which is good. Often, you know, when a player isn't playing enough, they get a bit unhappy, a bit grumpy. Charlie loves it, and I love him too, so it all works out superbly. Now, with all those results played, this is how the league looks, and this is also why we're doing a triple header today, because there is 12 games left of the year, folks. We are now 7 points ahead of Arsenal, and 9 points ahead of Norwich, with a game in hand, which is the game today against Liverpool. So a win here, we'd go into the Champions League spots. Now, after that, we have got Newcastle to play, which we should be winning, and then a game against Manchester United. So there's some tests on the horizon. I will say now that in our last 12 games of the year, we've got some of the hardest games to play. We've got Liverpool, we've got Manchester United, Manchester City, Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal. In fact, when you look at it, we've played a lot of our not freebie games, but, the mid-table team kind of teams. So with that in mind, I do anticipate us to fall down. It's all about getting some results today, really. If we could beat Liverpool and beat Newcastle, maybe the Manchester United result wouldn't matter quite so much, but obviously we just need to try and win as many games as we can. I know that sounds blooming obvious. Right now, we've beaten the teams in and around us, but we've struggled against the big boys. So with that in mind, we're going to get a win today. That's the aim. So for this match, I'm actually going to go to the more defensive system. This has served us really well in this kind of game. And while no messing around, we've got 3 matches to get through. So let's get into the first, shall we? Away from home against Liverpool. It's at Anfield. When we met them at home at the Towler Stadium, it finished 3-2 to them. A game where we were 2-0 up and completely bottled it. So we're looking to make amends for that today. And of course, as I mentioned already, a win. We're up to 4th. That is unlikely. I'm setting the expectations low here. I know that we are really, really high. We haven't played kind of any of the big boys, or at least the traditional Premier League big boys. We have to acknowledge, I guess, the fact that we are 13 years into the future here. But if you've played a long-term FM save, you'll know I feel like the status quo doesn't really change that much in the first couple of decades. It kind of stays the same. The big teams stay big. Obviously, we are going to try and become one of those big teams. I guess that's the aim, as Douglas gives the ball away to Alexander-Arnold, who brings it forward down this right side and switches it. And, it's booted clear. Worth noting, by the way, with this game, we are without Magi today. Yes, the magician, he's injured. He got injured on deadline day, and I sat there and I thought to myself, do I want to bring in a centre-back? And I decided not to. We've decided to stick it out with Soretta, so it's going to be a little bit of a test for him today as they hit the woodwork within the first minute. That's concerning. But yeah, Soretta, just as a refresher, here he is. He's a very good player. He's developed a lot. He's only 18. And to be honest, he's almost as good as Magi already. So with that in mind, I don't feel like it's a massive downgrade. There was part of me that when I saw Magi get injured for 4 weeks on deadline day, I thought, do I want to bring in a centre-back? And there just wasn't one who I thought was better than Soretta. And why not upgrade unnecessarily? Oh my word, Shvetsov, you've got to score that. You've got to score that. I feel like a couple of years ago, for the last couple of years maybe even, he scores that most times. This year he's not been as clinical in front of goal, Shvetsov. I don't want to throw him under the bus, because he's still been very, very good, but it felt like before he didn't miss anything, whereas this year, chances like that, we squander, and that could be the only chance we get all game. I guess the silver lining is we have had a chance there, and we've done okay with it, as GCL's going to just get in with a rough tackle. Ox on a booking concerns me. He's a bit of a naughty boy. He's out of tackles, Ox. Can he launch a long throw in? Turnbull's going to be lurking, as well as Shvetsov. There's Turnbull. Oh, I thought for a second it was going to go over. Oh my word, what has happened there? I think it would have been offside. Okay, I was a bit confused by that. I thought maybe the Liverpool defender had, for some reason, kicked it back to his keeper. We now have a set piece to deal with here. Kanate scores his first goal of the season. Aouar and Kanate linking up. The French connection for Liverpool. And in a game where we've been competitive so far. We find ourselves a goal down via a set piece. And that has been our kryptonite this year, just defending set pieces. We're not the craziest team at it. But it's only 1-0, and as I've already said, we've had chances already. We will hope for some more here. Let's see what we can do with here. Morrigan to Highland. You can see the deep line playmaker slotting between the 2 centre-backs that we tell to stay wider, and well, threaded through to Shvetsov. What a ball that was. Shvetsov, you've got to score one of these today. If not in this game, in the Newcastle game for sure. I have just leant back and screamed at the roof, by the way, if it sounded a bit weird down the microphone. I've looked away from the mic. Turnbull hits the crossbar. Oh my word, are we going to just live to regret these misses? It feels like it, doesn't it? We've had fewer shots in total, but we have had the better opportunities, and now there's a set piece. Well, now I'm concerned, and well, Bandowski, who scored against us in that EFL Cup final, if I'm not mistaken, against Liverpool, heads over. Of course, we've got a bit of beef with Liverpool. This is a rivalry that goes back to 2 years ago when they beat us in the EFL Cup final. Matasevic is on a booking. I am going to take him off and I'm going to bring in Alvarez. No, I've changed my mind. We're bringing in Volta. He got a last-minute goal last time out. Turnbull's been a bit quiet. So you know what? Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. He kind of slots in as either the advance forward or the pressing forward with our subs. I don't really ever change his role, even though he's probably better as an advance forward. He could definitely do the job as the pressing forward. And well, with half an hour left, as I said, he's the secret weapon on near post corners, is Charlie Brown. Let's see what he can do for us here as Lazarus wins it. Right, counter now. This is what we're set up to do. We are set to win the ball in the midfield and then bring it forward. Where are you going, Lazarus? Oh, why did you not pass it? As soon as I knew he was going for the shot, I just never believed. I just never believed, folks. We've got one last sub in us. I mean, the good news is, like I've said against all the big teams this year, we're not really beating the big teams, but we always look pretty competitive against them, and this game is not over yet, and honestly, with how this game has played out, you would expect us to be the team that get the goal in this game if there is indeed going to be another goal. What can we do, though? We're passing it around the back. Soretta, who is either-footed and a perfectionist, he's calm on the ball. Look at this build-up play from the back. Liverpool really trying to press us, and we just work it out superbly. I wish I'd been counting the passes. Shvetsov's threaded through. Please square it. Please square it. He goes on his own. He goes on his own. He puts it wide. Oh, I thought for a second it was just going to nestle in the back of the net. We are bullying them. We are... I've probably got to go more attacking, haven't I, really? I've made a weird noise there as well. That was the brain fart sound personified. Right, I've got one last sub. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm going to bring in Alvarez. I'm going to bring in Alvarez for GCL, who's a little bit tired. Bless him. A little bit anxious as well. Get off the pitch. Relax. 10 minutes left. One last demand more. We're going to go more attacking as well. We're going on attacking. This is where we'll get undone because we will be committing more men forward. I mean, we're at Anfield and we've pushed them all the way to the wire here and done so well. And unfortunately, you're not even going to see it on the scoreline. Liverpool, 2 goals up. Not a bad performance by any means. I know it's easy for me to sit here and just kind of say that as we lose again. But we've played pretty well in this game, which gives me hope that, well, we can at least push for Europe this year. I mean, at this point, I'm feeling like Europa League would almost be a disappointment, but this was a 6-pointer. This was a game we had to win against Liverpool, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be possible. As Leskinen hits the woodwork, Shvetsov, how have you not scored that? I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but Andre, get under there. Just grab him by the scruff of his neck and chuck him in the path. Please don't try that at home. Thank you. Right, it's going to finish 2-0 here. That's a disappointing result. The next game that we have is the North East Derby. It's the North East Stripes Derby, as I think we've unofficially coined it. And they're down in mid-table. If we don't win that one, I will be worried going into the game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. We're being shown this extended highlight at the end, but I feel like it's just all a little bit pointless. I mean, if they score a third, I'm just going to be a bit upset. They're not going to score a third. It all was a little bit pointless. It finishes here 2-0. I mean, and we just missed clear-cut opportunities there. You know, we had the better chances. Tactical blunder. Tactical blunder. Because I changed the tactic to the more conservative version. I mean, I'm livid, folks. I actually feel attacked. Look at that run of clean sheets. We'd kept clean sheets in 6 out of our last 8. I mean, 6 out of our last 9 doesn't seem that bad, does it, really? Anyway, the next game that we've got is against Newcastle United. We're just going to jump forward to it because I don't want to fill up the fluff between every single match today. Otherwise, we would be here for an hour. So let's get into that. It's at home. It's against our big rivals. It's on television as well. And, well, I will see you in just a moment. Okay, folks, so we are back here for the second of 3 games in today's episode. It's Newcastle United. It's at home. Anthony Taylor has not aged today. I mean, he must be getting on a little bit. He's 53 and he's still an elite manager. Elite referee. He wishes he was a manager. He wishes he was as good as me. Just a little bit of team news. We are slowly accumulating a few injuries and a few suspensions here and there. So, unfortunately, Magi's not available. Soretta, who we played last game, who, as I already talked about, I'm really liking the look of, he got injured. Of course he did. So today, it's going to be 4th choice centre-back. It's Rossano Cini, who is going to be playing centre-back for us. He lacks a little bit in the heading and a little bit in the composure, but to be honest, he's still a pretty blooming good centre-back as a 4th choice, especially for a team newly promoted to the Premier League. So, besides him, we've also got Volta starting today's game. That is because GCL is out injured. Maticevic is also going to get the nod, playing that box-to-box midfielder role that many of you hate me having taught him to play. I feel like he's picked it up pretty good now. You know, there's still definitely room for improvement, but let's not pretend he isn't only 20 years old. You know, he's very young. He's going to improve a ton still. I feel like he's going to be so good at box-to-box midfielder for years to come. So yes, those two youngsters coming into the lineup today alongside Keeney. That does mean a bit of rejigging actually is required on the bench, because Hugo is also injured. Yes, we still have Hugo, 5th choice centre-back now. The fact that he's injured is annoying. Maggi could play 60 minutes. He's probably okay for the bench. GCL has failed his fitness test, so you can come off for Shuttleworth, who he's made one appearance so far this year. And Andre is also unavailable, so we're going to take him off. We are running a little bit light on kind of squad players here. Well, I guess we'll bring in Molyneux. We're running out of centre mids. We've got Andre, who, of course, is out. He's been improving a lot, actually, recently. As always, I feel like whenever we come to his profile, it's full of green arrows, which is superb. And, obviously, we loaned out CC to Palace, where he's actually been doing really, really well and developing a ton, which I absolutely love to see. He's valued at £20.5 million, folks. We're going to make a load of money off him if he never plays for us again. Adrian Rodriguez, who's been out on loan all year, looking okay. Another player who I will probably just look to sell on for a bit of money, perhaps. But yeah, we are lacking centre mid. So let's hope for no further injuries there. But the team on the whole, in a good position for this battle of the North East. Volta, sometimes he does magical stuff, sometimes he does awful stuff. I mean, he's already been sent off once this year. We'll see how the young Brazilian gets on playing that centre attacking mid position today. They're lining up with a 4-4-2. They've got a lot of real players in their back line. They've got Joe Gomez, who is 34 now. I mean, I feel like we're going to have a field day with his pace. Zinchenko is playing left back. He doesn't look like a left back, does he, when you look at that polygon? Who else they got here? Kumi? That's definitely not how you say his name. It's probably Lucimi, I guess. That'd be answers on a postcard. Their defence is very slow. And they've also got Harper, who I don't recognise. Apparently he's an English centre mid. He starts at West Brom. He looks pretty good, to be fair. Not amazing, but compared to some of the other players we've seen, I'm getting a pretty good idea of why Newcastle are as low down in the league as they are. And actually, by the way, it's worth mentioning, I think we've already secured safety this year. I don't think we can be relegated anymore. I think that was official as of last week, which is very exciting. We've recorded a record high finish, was the news inbox item. I guess that means we could still theoretically finish 18th if we lost every game. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. That would be pretty bad if we got relegated at this point, wouldn't it? But anyway, we do need to get a win in today's game because Manchester United away is going to be a very tricky end to today's episode. You know, if we are indeed not going to bottle a European spot, a win here would be useful and well. Shvetsov has had another clear-cut opportunity. Another great opportunity. It was a bit of a gift, a howler from Newcastle at the back. To be fair, the keeper made a huge save. Maybe we can make some good. The set piece as Turnbull. Free header at the near post. What is that? Did anyone else see Turnbull shuffle? If you please rewind it and look at it if you didn't see it. He was doing some weird crab walking stuff. As Douglas is there, it's been disallowed. It's been right. Just calm down, Jack. This already has the makings of one of those games which if we don't win I am just going to be annoyed about because we could probably be 2 goals up within the first 20 minutes. I was getting used to all the 3-0s in live comms. We'd had 3 on the bounce. It was lovely. And now they're all drying up. Anyway, Newcastle set piece. We need to defend better. Can we do it today? Let's find out. It's whipped in back post. Oh my word. How has Morrigan kept that out? Oh, it's gone in anyway. I thought the chance had gone. What an insane stop by Morrigan on the first effort here. Newcastle strike first, but let's just discuss the save here. Oh my word, this was an insane stop by Morrigan. How did he get down to this? Oh, and then just no one bails him out. In the end, it's Keeney at centre-back who it looks like he's just discovered that he has legs. Like he's looked down and gone, oh my god, what are these? And as he's done that, the ball ends up in the back of the net. We've got our own corner. Turnbull near post. I mean, Keeney again is just stood on the keeper being a nuisance. Kouame did collect it. Oh, surely they're not just going to boot it. Route 1 for the counter. They've given it to Lazarus. Don't do anything silly, Lazarus, there. Don't give me a mini heart attack. Leskinen. Highland now with it. Back to Leskinen. What can he do? The Super Finn. He gives it straight. He's lost the title Super there. I'm getting rid of it. He's no longer the Super Finn. It was the first and last time he's ever been called that. Anyway, Keeney, what can you do? 4th choice centre-back. You know, this is a bit of a baptism of fire, perhaps, for him. Joined us on a free transfer over the summer from Serie B. Wasn't the biggest of expectations on him, but he's done fine as a backup so far. Until this game, I suppose. Ox, down the left, whips in. Tizzy! Oh, my word. Lazarus! What has he done? That's an insane goal for the right back. It's only his second of the year. He's now got as many goals as he's got red cards, everyone. I mean, that was a bit better than any of his red cards, wasn't it? Ox from one wing back to the other. Oh, what a strike. The keeper, 2 hands to it, was too hot to handle, though, and ends up in the top corner. I think we deserve that as well on the balance of play. It's going to be 1-1 at the break. I'm going to get shouty, because we need to be better than that. Matasevic on a booking scares me, so we're actually going to take him off for Alvarez as well. Alvarez, not played as much recently. He's been battling with the odd injury here and there, obviously. He is injury prone as well. Anyway, their manager ballsed up the team talks, and maybe we can make something happen here. As Lazarus launches it to Turnbull, who hits the woodwork. What? Why is there... Sorry. What's happened? Why... Has anyone ever... Why are some of my players, like, black? They are my players, right? Yeah, I've made some subs and they've come on without their kits. I mean, someone send them back. What is this bug? What has happened? Volta's lost his shirt. It's like they've been attacked by, like, tar or something. They've been dunked in paint. Shvetsov, can you... We've got a penalty. Can someone find their kits? Kitman. I mean, it's bizarre. It's very weird, but I've never seen this in my life. Shvetsov, please score. Thank you. It's 2-1. I want to believe that we're going to skip forward through the highlights here and they're going to find their kits again. But, some of our players have decided they don't like the home kit anymore. I don't know if it's some kind of protest against me as manager. But... yeah, they're not wearing their kits. They've taken their kits off. And I don't quite... They've still not got them on. It's very confusing. I'm thrown off. It's like a load of referees. Ball was whipped in. It wasn't like this in the first half, was it? If it wasn't, I didn't notice. That would be very weird. It definitely wasn't. Turnbull bringing it forward. Square it to Alvarez. I know he's hard to see because he looks like a shadow. There he is. On off the bench. Tucks it home. Please someone find him his clothes. It looks like the referee's coming up to celebrate. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, the novelty will wear off eventually, I'm sure. But 3-1 it is. And we can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, perhaps. We definitely deserve the goals that we've got in this game. We've been dominant, to be honest. Probably could look to make a sub or two. Maybe save some players from suspension. Turnbull and Shvetsov. You know what? I'm kind of tempted to bring in James Molyneux. That'd be a bit BM, wouldn't it, really? Let's bring in Deacon at right back. Although Lazarus has scored, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to give Leskinen a break and then play Lazarus at centre mid. He's going to get a rare excursion there. We'll bring in Ricky Williams, actually. We brought on Charlie Brown last game. Let's share the game time with our second choice strikers. Maybe they'll have kits. Who knows? I didn't notice if the players in the dugouts had kits for us. I'm going to be a bit sad if we never get to see the all-black kit ever again. It was kind of a taster for what could be. I mean, they're back to normal, everyone. Though Alvarez isn't black, but he is black in the match engine. It's very confusing. My football manager's clearly off on one. We've scored, by the way. Turnbull's added another. The local lad, he'll know how much this derby means. Launch forward, Ricky Williams just kind of body checks. He screens. Ricky Williams, avid basketball player in his downtime, just blocks off the defender getting there. Tucked away, 4-1. This is the result that we needed, but was it outside the box? It looked outside the box. It was outside the box. I could be the video ref. Maybe an alternate career path if I need one. Anyway, ball whip back post. It looks like Alvarez is the colour black. Like it's not an ethnicity. It's like the game literally hasn't loaded his skin. It's very weird what's gone on today. Because I can't even see any facial features. He's broken. Alvarez has broken my game. 4-1 it finished. That was a very exciting game, wasn't it? For the second of 3 today. Unprecedented scenes here as we win 4-1. Convincing result against our rivals. Did Liverpool... I didn't even realise Liverpool had slipped up. Who have Liverpool played this weekend? They lost to Villa. That's a shock. I mean, that works out enough. I didn't even realise they ballsed up there. That's incredible stuff. I mean, could we win the league, everyone? We're 15 points away. There's still 30 points on offer. Never say never. Although, we are quite a long way off. I'm actually curious. Like, in previous years, has the league been this... Like, no one's pulling away with the league. So last year, 70 points would have got you 4th. I'm trying to do some rough maths. So I guess 70 points is the total that we aim for. It's going to be difficult to get to, but we'll give it our best shot. You can see here our goal difference is very good, but it's actually really good because of how good we've been defensively, which feels very unusual to say. We have the 4th best defence in the league. Goal scoring wise, actually, we're not doing too bad on the goal scoring front either. It's not like we're having one and not the other. Just a good team performance, which is pretty unusual by our own standards. Anyway, hopefully the kit man remembers to pack the kits this time. I'm going to go forward. We've got a trip to Old Trafford ahead to end the month of February. Been a bit of a crazy one this episode. Let's see if we can end it on a high, shall we? So, folks, we're back. It's the 28th of February. Is it a leap year? Yeah, it is a leap year. Happy leap year. Is that a thing? Happy leap year? Maybe. We're taking on Manchester United. It's away from home. The game that I'm really concerned about, to be honest, is Watford v Liverpool. Because we need Watford to do us a favour. And, of course, Agent Smolyo, he still plays for them. He's actually unhappy at the moment. He's been having a bit of a cry because he wants to leave. I think they transferred him for 36 million. There is a little part of me that wants to go in for him, and then there's another part of me that remembers I could have got him for half of that last summer. Of course, whoever he gets sold to, we would get half of any money. So let's hope he doesn't just wear down his contract and leave on a free, because £18 million for sitting on our hands doing nothing would be pretty nice. But yes, we need him to do us a favour. But first and foremost, we've got to try and do something against Manchester United. Now, because of the way that Liverpool slipped up, we have now gone ahead of them by 1 goal. We actually have an identical record to Liverpool, which is pretty interesting. Behind us, you can see Arsenal have played an extra game. They are now sat 7 points behind us. Then you've got Tottenham and Norwich battling it out with Everton, it would seem. But I don't know, 10 games left of the year. Is it too soon to think that top 7 is pretty realistic at this point? I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about Europa League football this season. But, well, we'll have to just try and grind out results, won't we? We've got big games to come. And this is, well, it doesn't really get much bigger than this. United, I think, have won the league the last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, we could have another quick peek at the Premier League. They have. So they've won it the last 2 years. Their key player is this guy, Guara? I don't know. We'll just call you Antonio. He's 21 and he's this good. It's just a little bit upsetting, isn't it, really? He was signed from Las Palmas for Villarreal on a free transfer, and they sold him on to £72 million a little bit later. You know what the worst thing is? I think I looked at this guy when he was playing for Las Palmas. In fact, I feel pretty confident that I did. Oh, that's upsetting. But yeah, he looks very good. You can see here they've got Sione as their manager. Is it bad that I don't recognise this guy? He's a Swiss manager. Where does he? I'm curious now. Where does he manage in real life? At the start of the save game, he was managing Young Boys. Okay, well that perhaps explains why I don't know a lot about him. So he was manager of Young Boys. What is his working with youngsters? 60. I guess that's why he did well with them. But yeah, he's their manager. He looks pretty good. He's been there. How long has he been there? Since 2030. So a couple of years now. He's won the Premier League twice. Got Declan Rice and De Ligt at the back. Declan Rice is still very good at 33. De Ligt, how good are you? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. That's upset me a little bit. So yes, this isn't going to be an easy game, but we're going to see what we can do. There is part of me that wants to play the more defensive system. There is also part of me remembering how the press hounded us, how they shamed me for changing it up against Liverpool. So with that in mind, I think we might stick with this system. Maggi is fit to play 75 minutes. I might risk him and play him through the entire game, but this is the team we're going to go with. Pretty much full strength, which is really nice to be able to say because, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago we had a few gaps in our team to fill, and those gaps they are slowly being filled in by the players returning. We'll hope that we can get a second win in this episode, although going into this episode against Liverpool, Manchester United, Newcastle United, I was only really anticipating 3 points. I thought if we could get 4 points, that would be a good episode. So a draw here and I'll be relatively happy. It's kind of been an ongoing trend this year that against these teams, the big boys, the Premier League elite, we give them good games, but we just lose by 2 goals all the time. And we have chances to win. It's not a case of we're just completely outclassed. We do genuinely have chances. Anyway, they had a player sent off after 4 minutes. That did not look like a red card. And Marek is their key player. He's a nut centre-back. He's in the media dream 11 for the Premier League. He's just been sent off immediately. De Ligt's come on at right back. They're playing a man down for the rest of the game. Surely we're going to win this. The game is giving us this game on a plate. This is an opportunity suddenly. Don't think we've beaten Manchester United yet. And away from home, they're down a man for the rest of the game. I mean, if we lose this, it's going to be very embarrassing. As Antonio brings it forward. Highland, cool and composed, all the way back to Morrigan. Don't kick it at anyone's head. Oh my word. Douglas, what are you doing? Douglas, what are you doing? Douglas. He's been so good at the back. And then in this game, the one where it matters, wasn't Morrigan with the balls up. I felt it coming. Oh, it's just a little bit upsetting, isn't it? When these kind of goals get scored against you in Football Manager, you kind of... Obviously, part of it is my tactics. You know, I'm trying to play the ball out from the back, so you know it's always a risk. But there is just part of you that kind of feels like, can't really do a lot about that. It's just player ballsing up and making a stupid little error that he really shouldn't be making. Right, we've got a mountain to climb, but they're down a man. So I'm feeling good as Ox has the ball in the wide area. Squares it across. Turnbull heads it over. Oh, it was a good opportunity. A really good opportunity. Their formation, by the way, they're playing a 4-3-2. So they are sticking with 2 attackers, which is very interesting. I'm kind of tempted to set the wing-backs to be on attackers. Turnbull. Oh, what was that finish on his left foot? That was insane. Marlon Ox with a long throw. Turnbull, who is our top goal scorer by a little margin now at this point. His 16th of the year. Got one against Newcastle. This long throw launched by Ox on his left foot. Oh, I love that finish. Keeper doesn't really stand much of a chance when a strike is hit like that from 6 yards out. Corner to deal with now. Mahon, I mean, he's scored a nuts header. He's got 1 goal to his name. How good is David Mahon? Let's have a look. I mean, he's quite good, isn't he? He's quite good. He's keeping Turnbull out of the England squad. Quick comparison. Let's have a look. Slightly different player, but he probably... Well, I was about to say, he probably is a bit better than Turnbull. He's definitely better than Turnbull. 2-1. Right as you think we're getting back into this, you just get a back post head. This is a really good header, to be fair. Right. I know that they're playing with a 3-man midfield, so I'm going to send our wing-backs further forward, and we're going to tell Highland just to hold the fort in the middle. But I definitely want us to look to exploit the wide areas, as Delict perfectly threads through Tarrega, and he hits it. Did Morrigan... Oh, Morrigan got a toe to it. That was a very big toe. It's what he's known for, Morrigan, his big toes. And he got one there to knock it wide. Another corner. We've already conceded from one. We're not going to concede from this one, at least not immediately. Still a second ball to potentially deal with here. And, well, that's all she wrote for that chance. Chances galore here. If you told me that going into this game that we were going to be playing against a 10-man Manchester United for pretty much the entire game, I would have said we have to win this. I'm still very much of that mindset. Still an hour to play though, so loads of time. We're not going to get too worried yet. We're just going to sit, relax. Douglas, don't get sent off, please. He's on a yellow card. It scares me. He's already made 1 mistake today. Mahon's just on fire. Elliott in this wide area, bringing it forward. Now with Rice. GCL wins it. Oh my word. Rice went through the back there. Red card. I mean, if their last one was a red, that surely has to be one. Turnbull, 1 goal to his name already, bearing down a goal, skips past his man, can he finish it? No, he can't. Dragovski, huge stop by the keeper, puts it wide. I mean, there are chances yet every which way. Leskinen now to whip it in. Turnbull near post, headed away. Oh, we've had opportunities, they've had opportunities. This feels like an open game where there is definitely going to be a couple more goals in it at the very least, doesn't it? It's got that feeling. Ox, already 1 long throw goal. Could we get another? No, Dragovski saw that one coming. It's like he's worked out what we're doing. Collects it pretty confidently, to be fair, the keeper, and kicks it to Mahon, who's on for the hat-trick. Could unselfishly square it. Does Tarrega. I mean, oh my word, that's a let-off. That is a let-off. Going to try something a little bit different here. I'm actually going to drop the full-backs deeper, just because they are overlapping with their wing-backs. But at half-time, I was about to say it looks like it's going to be 2-1. There's another long throw opportunity. Lazarus to Shvetsov. Highland now lurking. Could we get the ball in again? GCL. What can you do, GCL? You can't even beat the first man, unfortunately. Oh, no, not Mahon again. Not Mahon again. Someone stop him. Stop him, Tarrega. I mean, we've been let off once and then they score that. I mean, they're very, very good. They've won the Premier League twice, but they're down a man. And this is the first time all year we're playing against one of the Premier League big boys. I genuinely feel very, very disappointed in our efforts. Maggi just loses his man there completely as well. That's just poor by him. Obviously, he's not 100% match sharp. But that is not good. That is not good at all. GCL's been poor. I'm going to bring in Volta, who I feel like is a bit of an impact player. Shvetsov has been non-existent. He's been going through a little bit of a drought, I feel like, Shvetsov. I feel like he hasn't not scored in a while, but he's just he's not performed well. You know, he might get the odd goal here and there, but more often than not, I just feel like he's not contributing enough. Anyway, he's got a second half to maybe make amends here as Mahon brings it forward. He will still be searching out for his hat-trick. Douglas, good tackle. Had to be a good tackle on a booking in his own penalty area. Volta on off the bench. What a ball that is to Turnbull. Elliott, though, tackles him and now brings the ball away. Mahon getting in behind again in these wide areas. Squares it. I mean, I want to say they're just getting behind our fullbacks, but I moved the fullbacks deeper. 4-1. 4-1. Is it time? Is it time to bring back the 4-4-2? Is it time? I think it is. I think we're bringing it back. We're going old school. Volta can actually play out on the right as well. I'm going to bring in Ricky Williams. Playing Turnbull as an inverted wing. No, Shvetsov as an inverted winger, in fact. We're going back to our roots. I feel like if at first you don't succeed, play 4-4-2. It's a wise man once said. We know that this system can work with these players. It's up to them to show it can work against Manchester United away. But a 4-1 down, I kind of fancy a throwback. I mean, if it works wonders, suddenly I'm going to be tempted to play the 4-2-4 again all of next season. But this is a gamble at this point. We kind of have to gamble, you know. We need goals. We need goals, and oh my word, Terega just almost added another. I've still got one last sub. Is there anywhere where I could change this? Andre's actually been really, really poor today, which makes me feel a little bit sad. You know what? Matasevic, get on the pitch. You beautiful Bosnian. Show us what you're made of. He's good in the air. That could be vital on set pieces. Leskinen to Lazarus. Options in the middle. Squares it to Leskinen. Have a go, Finn. Have a go. Turnbull tucks it away. I feel like Leskinen's effort might have been sneaking in. Turnbull's just kind of poached it away. It's one of those ones where you're livid if he's offside, but he was onside. Timed his run perfectly. And at 4-2, with 25 minutes left, I mean, don't turn off just yet, everyone. I think the keeper would have got there as well. Turnbull did well to get a toe on it. And immediately another highlight. I mean, if this is another goal for us, I'm all ears. I'm all eyes. I'm all eyes isn't an expression, but I'm all ears, FM. Come on, give it to us. Dravalkovsky plays it forward to Rice. Oh, no. Oh, no. Terega's through. Morrigan to the rescue again. He's made a lot of stops today. They've had 5 clear-cut chances. They've got another set piece. It's whipped back post. He's headed it. It's hit the woodwork and gone over. I think I hit the wrong team talk there. I was meant to demand more, and I've actually upset them by saying push forward. If we score, though, I'll claim it's tactical genius. For some reason, my game has just started lagging a little bit. I'm half tempted to go back to 2D. Maybe 2D could give us luck. Lazarus crosses it. Turnbull's underneath it. Delict gets it away. And they launch another counter-attack. Maggi just doesn't look at the races. And to be fair, he's not match fit. Terega's 27th of the season. Sorry. He's not. I don't want to say he's not even that good. He doesn't look like a 25 goals a season player to me. But, I mean, he has scored a couple against us, so maybe he does. 5-2. 5-2. And right as you thought, man, maybe the momentum swung. Maybe there's a chance. You know what? The game is lagging a little bit, and I don't know why. We've had all sorts today. We've had kits going missing, random lag, sending offs that we can't capitalise on. Let's go 2D and see if it gives us a bit of luck. Why not? Very attacking? Yeah, sure. More direct, quicker? Sure. Come on, 2D, show us what you're made of. Delict here. Going back to Giglio. My voice is failing on me. That's when you know it's been a good episode. Says it really hasn't been in terms of results, but yeah, I hope you guys have appreciated the triple header today, even if the results haven't been super. I mean, he's almost scored again, Terega. Maggi, get it out. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the triple header. If you have, do drop a like on it. If we could hit 1,500 likes, nothing happens, but you'll give me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Let's see what we can do. Turnbull, was he fouled? I think he was fouled in 2D. Either that or he just gave up, which I definitely don't appreciate. Where are our centre mids there? Why have they gone so wide? Mahon with it. Maraudering down the middle. I mean, Morrigan, give him something. Give him a wooden spoon. Or just some kind of consolation prize. He deserves it. They've had 8 clear-cut chances. They've only scored 5. He's a god. It's not often that a player concedes 5 and I'm still praising their performance. But Morrigan has kept it respectable today. I feel like if you've ever played Football Manager and been a newly promoted Premier League team, you know how good Manchester United are. I mean, Turnbull, finish that. You've got to finish that. Is it over the line? Of course it is. There's still time. The bank is open. The bank is open. I don't know what that means. I've heard people shout it before in basketball and it sounds good. Ricky Williams. There's lots of basketball references today as well. Turnbull. Was it going to go over the line? Will it go over the line? Of course it does. It barely hits the back of the net, though. 5-3. I mean, you can't say we're not entertaining to watch. Are you not entertained? I mean, come on, let's have a few more highlights before the game's over. Give me a little bit more hope. They are kind of just playing it out through the middle here, and we're not looking particularly good. I mean, exposed is the word I would use to describe Morrigan today. Exposed. Probably could have dropped a bit deeper, but I've been too focused on just being entertaining and just being annoyed at the game. Oh, I probably could have adapted more in this game. I love it when people give me tactical advice after the game's over where it's kind of obvious in hindsight. I mean, I can acknowledge now it's obvious. Also, I challenge you to play Football Manager whilst talking like I do. It's suddenly the obvious decisions aren't so obvious. Turnbull gets a hat-trick. It's not enough, bless him, but I'm pleased with the performance out there. They love it. They love it. I've shown a bit of compassion today. I mean, away from home against Manchester United, do you expect to win it? Not really. Do you expect to win it when they've had a sending off after 2 minutes? Yes. Yes, you definitely do. But it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. So with that result, we lose ground on Liverpool. We need Watford to do us a favour. Smolyo, can you do it for us? Do it for us, Smolyo. Come on, clean sheet against Liverpool. I believe in you. A draw. I mean, it kind of helped us a little bit. Because Tottenham closing the gap on us with their win. Norwich won as well. So a few results not really going in our favour in behind. But we're still 8 points clear of Norwich. There's only 27 points left on offer. I am a little bit nervous now, kind of staring down the barrel of a loaded gun that is the fact we've got Manchester City, Tottenham, Chelsea and Arsenal the last 2 games. I mean, no, that doesn't fill me with hope because we're not doing well against the big teams. I mean, again, we've lost by 2, so we're at least consistent with it. You'd feel like we need to win 1 or 2 of those games against the big boys before the end of the year if we really want to stand a chance. In terms of when we'll be back next time, I think we might come back for the Tottenham game. They're down in 6th. They're going to be breathing down our neck. Manchester City are running away with the title at the top. We'll also have a new youth intake by the Tottenham game. We are also in the FA Cup. We're playing against Brighton, who are favourites for, well, the drop at this point. I don't know if we'll play... I don't know when the next round of the FA Cup's going to be, but we are in that. I would like to start playing some FA Cup games if we get to kind of the semi-finals or maybe even the quarter-finals, really. But obviously with how the league's playing out right now, there's kind of lots of places to shift our attention, but you know what that means? It just means we're going to do more live matches like we have today. But anyway, folks, that's going to wrap up everything from me today. Thank you so much for your support on the series, as always. I really, really do appreciate it, guys. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.